had no idea that we were going to move into a home where we had to have a tree budget. And I said, absolutely.
We knew we lived on a forested lot, but for some reason it just never crossed my mind to have any sort of major tree issues. We were gone for a long weekend, so we came home on a Sunday afternoon. I just looked up and saw, well, something doesn't really look right. So I walked around to the other side of my house, and you could clearly see where a tree had fallen. And the only reason it didn't hit the ground because it was caught by two other trees, which were now leaning, and in my opinion looked like they were about to fall as well at any second.
We have 4 winch lines that's gonna pull these trees back up the hill. How many pounds of tree do you think we're pulling over? Between 20 and 30,000 pounds of tree that we have to make come the opposite direction going uphill.
About 4 or 5 different tree guys came out and looked at it and said, you know, thanks, but no thanks. You know, this is over our heads. We're gonna have to have a huge crane to do this. We may have to have 2 cranes. We may have to put a crane in your neighbor's backyard. Basically telling me no. Every company told me no. I called you guys, same story. Jared showed up and was looking at it, but the only difference was he came back down from the hill that the trees are on, and he looked at me and he goes, I think I got this. And I was shocked. And I was like, how big of a crane is it gonna take? And he's like, we're gonna use ropes.
What's gonna be interesting and scary and delicate is this horizontal log is like a lock pin, and we have to sever that log, that 30-foot log. We're gonna drop it out on the ground. There it goes. And then the crown of that same tree is going to be, it's already lashed and tied to the 2 trees that are a little bit more vertical. And I have to try and keep the orientation of that red oak without the trunk and use it as a ballast, if I can, to pull the whole mass backwards. Watch your cockling on that rope. It won't pull through if you get it all pink.
Now that it's on the ground, I feel so relieved. Just look for Chop Nashville.